No one can do it better. No one can do it better. No one can do it better. Here he is, the poet.
This is to listen to, so ask not a question. Not to be taken as a simple suggestion, but
another video here.
To whom it may concern, if balance is the key.
I'll just say this, the month of May has been nuts for this channel, and any of you guys wanting to start a channel on your own. This is the frontier here. We're on the frontier with this content and even having a YouTube channel in general, because everyone's still hating on me for doing it. But this type of content and having a YouTube channel is the frontier. I'm just gonna say that right now. That's the frontier, so if you want to do it, go for it. Okay, getting into the video. Why money and university won't matter nearly as much in the future. So money and universities as they stand today as institutions will not matter nearly as much in the future as they do now, and as they have in the past maybe 30 or 40 years. Why is that? The short answer is because of the internet and the technologies branching off of it. So the internet is fundamentally a communications technology. So think about the internet in the context of pen and paper letters, telephones, radios, and the old-fashioned mouth and throat muscles relaying spoken word. The internet is a means of making communication more effective and broadly accessible. The World Wide Web is the frontier of the internet. And we've already seen Web 1.0 with its hypertexted pages and links to text information around the world. We've seen a lot of Web 2.0 as of now as well, with its hyperlinked multimedia, its social media, its e-commerce, and it's making its way into phones via smartphones and the various applications on smartphones. So what is next seems to be Web 3.0, replete with blockchains, relatively decentralized applications, and more widespread access to and use of data. So all the technology stuff is cool, and I can get into the technology stuff in later videos, but this video is mainly about money and universities, so I'm going to talk about that from this point on. So central bank digital currencies are what is immediately next for money. To be honest, I hate to say it, but the ultimate goal of fully decentralized, non-government issued, non-fiat money is going to take a lot more time to happen, if it even happens at all in our lifetimes. So the brutal reality is that, as of now, every cryptocurrency and shitcoin you may or may not have in your investment portfolio is ultimately valued in US dollars and other fiat currencies. So the cryptocurrency networks are simply not yet big enough and strong enough to displace centralized government currencies. We will probably see decentralized government currencies before something like Bitcoin, which is a non-government issued decentralized currency, truly takes over. So I think there's going to be more steps that we need to take before we can get something like Bitcoin to really be widely used and strong enough for everyone to be using constantly around the world. And I don't think the network's there yet. But with these new central bank digital currencies, CBDCs is the acronym for that. So if you start seeing that around, know that that means central bank digital currencies. So with these new CBDCs, governments will begin issuing Universal Basic Income, UBI. You guys all know that acronym by now, UBI. So when they start doing this, the inflation is going to be nuts, and more people are going to be priced out of the economy in general, and wealth gaps will increase, but it is what it is. And we've already talked about money creation and all that stuff on this channel. To be honest, I'm just gonna warn you guys here and start making moves to get ahead of it now. Because honestly, what can we really do? We already tried warning the masses, and they were too focused on playing dumb games for pussy and other dumb prizes to realize, okay, we're just getting money printed out. No one cared. I said it a bunch of times. You guys cared on this channel, but in my real life, you know how little people cared, or even people that understood it, they just kind of said, you know, what are we gonna do? And you know, that's true. What are we gonna do? At least try to spread the word, but it seems to be, it is what it is. So it's all good. I mean, more money in your pocket now to start your own enterprise. That's the thing that people don't realize. If you use all of this free money to start your own enterprise of some sort and use tax deductions as well, basically just like the old money rich people used to do. See, now the old money rich people are gonna move on to the next set of things to do to keep their wealth. And now the masses are gonna have access to the tools that the old money people have been using for the past, I don't know, 50, 60, 70 years, who really knows, 80, 100 years. But now the masses are going to have access to those tools, and those old money people are going to move on to different tools. That's just how it seems to be. So if you can use this free money from the government and tax deductions, you essentially don't really ever have to fear the concept of money. So it is what it is. I mean, that's kind of why. So that's point one. That's why money won't matter as much in the future as it does now. So now let's discuss point two, universities. So as more people get free money, more people are going to pour into the universities, and more women will go into university as well. So with more women in university, there are going to be more people looking for their MRS degrees, their Mrs. degrees, rather than truly learning stuff front to back. And that might be a controversial statement, but I witnessed it with my own eyes for 5 years straight when I was in school. And I continue to see it on my Facebook newsfeed. So it is what it is. That's my experience. Might be a controversial statement, but it's you can't argue with experience at some point. So this kind of thing falsely inflates the value of university, just like how the value of currency is also falsely inflated. So it's all numbers. You can be any race, any ethnicity, any gender, any sex, and understand numbers. Numbers don't care about any of that stuff. So anyone can work with numbers here. As university gets more falsely inflated, it will see a big real-life devaluation until it adopts new deflationary technologies, which they are starting to do via the internet, using what I call Zoom schooling, which sucks. But yeah, Zoom schooling. Ultimately, I don't think that's their proper answer though. They're gonna need something else coming out of Web 3.0 before universities regain their swagger, in my opinion. As for people like us, meaning me and those of you bold enough to follow this channel, I put that, bold enough to follow this channel, I put that in my script. We already sensed this, and many of us have already gotten out of these institutions. Our education is now being self-led using the internet, the World Wide Web, and real life in general. So what we must do now, overall, wrapping things up, is to continue this education, follow the news on currencies, and stay planning our own paths. I will try to keep you guys posted on my perspective and give an example of what a fellow MGTOW is doing. So it's a crazy world out there, and protect yourselves. So like, comment, share, and subscribe if y'all like the content, and peace out to all you guys, and stay healthy is important. Definitely stay healthy. Alright, have a good day. Peace out.
There's no jerk in a sucker when he knows you're nothing but a villain. and that you'll kill him, so he's in fear. But ain't no need in spilling your guts to a nut. No, I am not your equal, meaning your equivalent. I'm more like Heaventon. I got it together so clever no one could sever. Remember this forever.
No one can do it better. No one can do it better. No one can do it better.
Knowledge is the key, and hard work is the feat. For me to be the great at the start and remain to be a threat. Till the opposition is worn, taking as long as a song. Cause I was born with instincts to kill, a crazed mentality.